crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away.
How y'all doing, baby? What a Tuesday! What a Tuesday, baby! Oh man, I should have faded that out a little bit better. It would have been more dramatic. Anyway, it is Tuesday, and I'm glad y'all have stopped by for this little family meeting we're fixing to have. Yeah, gonna be some smiles. There's gonna be some smiles. But enough heartache to go around, baby. Dorothy Tyndall, thank you for coming in. Jeanette Miller's here. That smart-ass Squaw Martha's in the room, so y'all mind your P's and Q's there. Nancy Halverson, thank you for being here. Jeff Curry's here. Linda Gallup, thank you, baby. Been here a long time. Let me see. Andre Jackson, thank you for being here. Richard Phillips. Bruce Preston. Jess Coggins, evening, buddy. Let me see. Tracy Tobias, my neighbor. Thank y'all very much. Mark Perkins, thank you very much, buddy, for being here and all that you do. Let me see. Bernadette Pree, thank you for being here. Ginger's Rancho, Virginia Woodley. Y'all remember she uses her voice on Facebook, so go by and look up Virginia's chat show. I'm trying to catch up, baby. Dale Tarpington. I screw everything up, Dale. Don't worry about it. Carol Van Wyck. See, just ask Karen, she'll tell you. Randy Peterson, it is a little piggy out there. Windy out there, brother. Hold on to your britches. Michael Johnson, it was great talking to you on the phone. Brother, Thundercloud 2.0, thank you. Let me jump on down here before we get lost. I know, oh, Lordy. Damn. Old Babbitt 2 Cats is here. Thank you, baby. And, oh, Lord, I done lost everything else. Anyway, it is Tuesday, baby, and today's the day, I guess. Today's the big thing, the news we were waiting on. I don't know, kind of disappointing to me. I wanted to see it go to trial, but Fox Spews has settled out of court for $787,500,000. Almost $1 billion, baby. And they're talking about how the company is valued at about $30 million. So, yeah, that investment firm that invested in Dominion, yeah, they're fixing to get a payday, baby. And yeah, but I am disappointed that the settlement doesn't include any on-air personalities fessing up to the fact they lied through their teeth. As a matter of fact, when the news broke, just for fun, I did something I very seldom do and switched it over to Fox to see what they was talking about. And sure enough, shit, right there in the headlines was the important story of the day. They think they tracked down how the coronavirus got started. It was a leak in a lab and all that stuff. That's the #1 story. Oh, yeah, and cornholing, beanbag tossing. You know, I had a story on that, and a 56-year-old guy that's playing baseball. That was the lead stories, baby. Hell no, they're not going to say anything. Not to their viewers out there. Their viewers are ignorant and blind, got their head stuck up their butt. Why would they want to disturb that? But this is big news, and I hope everybody appreciates for what it is. It's not enough, but it's not enough for the mere fact that I wanted to see some people, on TV having to defend their shit. Let's get this story. It ended up being a story that lightened my day, because before we get into the comedy of Fox Spews, my heart was turned towards the story after going through a 16-year-old being shot for ringing a doorbell. Now we hear of a 20-year-old who got shot and killed for turning around in the wrong driveway, evidently. And that was enough to infuriate me. And then I get this story about this sheriff out of Oklahoma who evidently knows hitmen. Oh, isn't that reassuring to the people of McCurtain County down in Oklahoma that their sheriff knows a few guys that, can dispose of a few bodies, just in case you have. What kind of shit is that? I hope they drag his ass under a light and interrogate him, because I'd like to know who those people are that he knows will kill for people, for the sheriff. Anyway, Bernadette, how are you doing, darling?
I'm doing okay. I just wish you'd turn the sun back on. Yeah, I was a little disappointed too. I wanted to see those fuckers squirm.
I did. I did. Miss Chick, are you with us?
Yeah, Steph.
Oh, listen to me. I can hear the smile on your face.
Well, yeah, but again, I'm disappointed too. I wanted to see
it. It's a bummer.
Drug out and through the mud and all that.
Come on, man. They could have got up on the stage and defended Fox's honor and all that shit. No, that's not going to happen.
I also wanted a bigger dollar amount, but that's just me.
Let's take the high route. If they was making $50 million a year, they won big time.
They won.
Okay?
Oh, it's a huge settlement.
They got $750 million. I ain't mad at them, okay? I just wanted to see Fox just be damaged. The way that they've damaged America. I wanted to see those fuckers hurt.
I wanted to see them. Yes, I wanted to see them have to get on air in front of God and everybody and tell them, yep, we lied. I'm sorry. Yep. We're worthless pieces of shit.
And John, I do think that they have to admit that at some point. I do not think that Dominion would have settled without that as a prerequisite.
I haven't,
they made not the company itself. I think it was the lawyers made the statement, right?
Right.
Afterward.
Right.
Which isn't the same. I want to see Murdoch.
No. Yeah, because they asked that question. Would there be any responsibility for Fox to admit on air that they lied? But evidently it's not in there. It's disappointing. Because, again, just as James said in the chat just a minute about it's back to usual. Back to business as usual with Fox.
This is the two injustice systems that I always talk about. One if you got money, one if you don't. And if you got money, you can settle and you don't have to admit guilt.
You know
you don't have to admit guilt.
The interesting words I did hear out of the attorneys for Dominion, was that one little sentence: "We're not done."
Oh no, they're gonna go after some people individually.
And I don't think they're done with OAN and other outlets that were preaching that shit.
Right.
They're going to go right down the list, and now that they have this Fox judgment, it kind of tells me they're going to have easy pickings going right down the line.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Good. Go after every stinking one of them. Because it was conspiracy. That's what it was, a conspiracy and an attempt, along with Donnie, to overturn the 2020 election and install him as Grand Potentate, I guess.
Grand Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever
In the meantime. In the meantime, that seems like smaller news compared to all the other crap. I don't know. My head was spinning earlier.
My rant came out early, and I was pissed, and then I had to go do something, and then I had to come back and get re-pissed, and it took me 4 takes to do that video today, because every time I was just so, and it's not good for me. Marcia reminds me all the time stress ain't good for you. But it's stories like the ones we saw today. You combine the 16-year-old with this 20-year-old, and their only crime was either ringing a bell or turning around the wrong driveway. Mind you, the girl that got shot and killed, there was two vehicles and a motorcycle. They had already turned around. The vehicle she was in the passenger side, front side, and the last vehicle to turn around as they were leaving when this badass steps out and pops 2 rounds into the car.
But it's the likes of Fox News that's responsible for that shit too.
It is.
You know what, y'all? I live in a rural community, and I have a long driveway. I have a driveway that's almost a quarter of a mile long. Okay, and I have people come down my driveway. In fact, in the last 2 days, I've had 6 trucks in my driveway.
Oops, wrong. Sorry. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what would I look like if I went out shooting at every last single one of them? Okay?
Oh,
just because they're in my driveway.
That, darling. Don't do that.
I have no intention.
Because I don't think the response would be the same.
I know why they're here. Okay? It's PG&E. And I want PG&E to fix their fucking lines and whatever they need to do to maintain them. Right. Because I don't want my town burnt down. Because they're really, really famous and good at doing shit like that.
Yeah.
They have a record of it, huh?
Yeah, bad. Bad record.
But Fox Spews has been brewing the hate for so long, and the fear, and come on, look at the last president.
It goes into everything that we talk about. The impact that Fox Spews has on this nation.
Yes, and they should be accountable for that impact. They helped kill people with the former criminal idiot that used to hold the White House, the People's House. That guy.
That guy.
Orange fuckface. Fuck Trump. You know who I'm talking about.
That guy. Fuck Trump.
Yeah, that guy.
I can't wait for his ass to be in the news again. And it's coming. It's coming. Mm-hmm. But
I don't think he will be able to dismiss his cases so easily.
No, this isn't going to get dismissed or settled out of court.
We need a big
James, are you with us?
Will he be able to keep his
Hello, John.
Keep his I was just saying he won't be able to keep his rap sheet quiet either.
Right.
It just tickles me pink, okay? I'm sorry. I have to say that.
Get after it, baby. James, you doing all right, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing just fine.
Good.
Right on.
What'd you think
Welcome,
of
James.
the
I'm
Fox Spews bullshit?
Hey, I wanted the apology more than anything. The money be damned. I just wanted the fucking apology. Right.
That's what I want.
For 24/7, for at least a week.
When I heard the terms, evidently, I am disappointed that they settled out of court. I wanted this to go to trial. I wanted to see Sean Pannity and Judge Wino and a whole bunch of them up there on that stand.
They had them over a barrel, and
yes.
And that's just once in a lifetime thing. You get them in that kind of position, and you just settle for
that. They are making note of the amount of this settlement. It's like I said, the company's values at $30 million. So
yeah, I know
they got a boatload of money for sure. But again, I'm like you. To me, it's not about the money. Screw the money. This is about the integrity of our voting system.
Damage they've done to our damn democracy.
Yes, intentionally did to our democracy. So yeah, I think for a lot of us, it is disappointing to see this settlement. But the encouraging words from their attorneys is they're not done. So let's see who they go after next, because I know there must be a long list of them, and I'm just waiting to see it. I'm just tickled to death to see it. I bet.
And meanwhile, John, what did you think of the circus in New York? They took it on the road.
Oh, check it off. Jordan's trip to Manhattan to go to Man Justice and all that shit. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh,
he took the 3-ring circus to New York.
I mean, to tell you, and I'm glad to see that the DA's office put out a statement.
Did they?
I thought they did, but it's been a busy day. So I was running in and out of the house. So I haven't really caught up. Everything I heard on the radio. But
okay.
Man.
I watched some of it, and yeah, they do what they usually do. They find some very key people to testify about what happened to them, and it's heartbreaking. It is, blah blah blah. I don't want to diminish that at all.
Right.
But they forget that why this crime stuff is so bad and how it started and where it came from and how they are not solving the problem.
No.
You keep people poor, impoverished, redlined, gerrymandered.
Poor,
They've got no
and
options. They've got no options to move up in the world. So what the hell? Might as well be a criminal.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't go that way, but yeah, it drives more people into desperation.
And then they want to blame it on anything but what they started with.
And the future's not looking good for that with the way things are going as far as employment and stuff for the future with innovations, just like we've seen for years and years. Except now it's going to be kicking in gear. Anyway, my dinger's not working, so I didn't hear the thing go off. But let me thank Ed Beatty Jr., who came in with $5 and said, "Working tonight, but in spirit, up Trump and Fox News." Up their ass for the Yes, indeed, Ed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that tremendously. And Mitch Goldstein came in with $5 and said, "Support free speech, penalize lying. Blue Dots rule." Indeed, they do. Mitch, thank you very much, buddy. How are you doing, by the way?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Good. And Julie? Julie's
I'm
fine?
good. How are you, John?
I'm doing fine, Julie. I seen your smiling face on all those pictures. It just made my day every time I seen it.
She was faking it the whole
Was
time.
she faking it?
She wasn't really happy.
Is she good at faking
She was
it?
only
Mitch?
She was only
Explain to us,
she was
buddy.
only smiling on camera.
Oh, I see. Only smiling on camera. I understand.
Dude, we made mofongo the other night, and we were chatting like right before we made the mofongo, the Puerto Rican dish with the
well, of course,
fried pork and
the
the
fried pork
and the plantains. Oh, dude, man!
I can only imagine.
That was
I knew what you were talking about the whole time. Yeah,
I'm sure you did.
No, I don't think so, but
you have access. You're civilized. And
I am not as civilized as I should be. As a matter of fact, I've been slacking off.
And Margaret's here.
Hey, Zach. Margaret. How y'all doing?
Zach was almost done with his aircraft mechanic school. It is
going for his A&P license.
Now, which ones do you have?
Knows that I've been going to school 3 years, and John knows what I'm getting at.
Because John is also an aircraft mechanic.
Yes.
So the subject has come up.
If it doesn't fly, I have no interest in it. My truck won't run, but it doesn't have wings on it, man. If it had wings on it, I'd fix it.
That's market with two aircraft mechanic, John.
That's right. That's right. Hey, let me send out a quick thank you to Michael Johnson, who came in with $2 and said, "Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, fuck Fox, Spews, and Blue Dots rock." Seems to be a whole lot of effing going on around here.
I'll tell you what ought to be going on around here, though.
What,
seriously,
Mitch?
we got 59 people watching.
Yes.
And we have 27 likes. So does that mean that half the people watching don't like me?
I think that's an error. Y'all didn't push that button down there, man. Y'all don't like Mitch? Why wouldn't you like Mitch?
Yeah, really.
Right, Mitch is a great guy.
Are you subscribed to a Blue Dot in Texas?
Lady Freedom.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to be?
I can't think of one. Why would you not want to be part of a group trying to make America better? Trying to capture our spirit, baby.
Maybe this isn't true of everybody, but some people might have a few bucks kind of laying around, burning a hole in their pocket.
Yeah,
why not send it? Why not send it?
Put the fire out.
Yeah, really.
Put the fire out. If it's burning a hole in your pocket. I appreciate that, Mitch. We're trying to get by, brother.
But I guess it was Mitch who was saying, America's profile is looking more and more like a third world country with the haves and have-nots. And the haves are shrinking and the have-nots are growing.
Exponentially.
And the reason the haves are shrinking is because they're consolidating their wealth.
part of that group.
Julie says to me, right?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I says, Julie says to me, wow, I got a great price on chicken.
Right.
$3.19 a pound.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
That should be terrible. That just
should
seems
be
like
terrible.
So much.
Isn't it sad that it's not bad? Because we've seen higher.
That's chicken breast.
How do motherfuckers eat?
All you have to
How
do
are
is
people
go.
eating?
All you have to do is go
Well-
to the grocery store and buy a bill of groceries. I know what I buy at the grocery store. I've been shopping at the same store forever. Go in there. I know every freaking aisle in my store. I get my usual bill of groceries, and I go up to the checkout counter, and what? It's what? How much? Yeah. You don't notice it so much when it's item by item when you're busy picking up your usual things. But when you hit that register, all of a sudden it smacks you in the face. What?
It hits you back.
It hits you back, baby. It is. It's a difficult world, and I don't see it getting any better with the technology that's advancing the way it is. More and more, it's going to take over more and more jobs until nothing is left but labor.
Here's an interesting story
What?
that I'll lay on you. I'll try to keep it short. One of the most powerful unions in America.
SSDD. The most powerful unions?
One of the formerly most powerful unions in America were the Elevator Operators Union of New York City.
Really?
And you want to talk about a powerful union. They had an absolute lock on the elevator operator business. And that was considered a legitimate. You had journeymen and apprentices. It was a real union, and they were real powerful. As powerful as the Teamsters, as powerful as the stevedores. They did not fuck around. And over the years, they fought tooth and nail against automation of elevators. And now, maybe if you pay attention and you hang around the posh spots in your life, you may be on an elevator that's manually operated, but the chances are that you're not, and that union disappeared. All that power was completely dissipated out of New York City and replaced by automated elevators.
Buttons.
Now we're facing the same sort of situation with cashiers in stores.
Have you been to the
and
store
we try
lately?
to say, well, but here's the problem. The only way you could do that is to suppress advancement in technology. That's Luddism. That's not what we want to be doing.
No.
And
it's a double-edged
instead
sword.
of taking the right attitude and saying, there are people now, instead of being tied to a cash register, they could be freed up to do help you in the fucking store.
Man, there you go. Hell
right?
Yes.
Stand there and help you in the fucking store, that if you can't find something, they can help you. Or if you have a question, they can learn part of the business of the store instead of just being up there and being a cashier. And I'm not going to prove it, but I don't see any reason not to believe that there's a lot of corruption going on in the cash registering business, which is, just the thing that happens. So now you're automating something that is better off automated. And it should free people up to give better customer service. You notice that's not even part of the discussion.
No, customer service? No, that went out.
Customer service?
That went out the window.
You Americans, y'all just want everything, huh?
Yeah, we want it all. We want the gas station attempting to pump my gas for me. We ain't going to have that no more.
Self-service and all that, too.
I bet you want customer service and low prices and... And people who even shop for you and deliver to you.
Where do you live, Mitch, that you would dream of such things?
I thought I lived in an America where we decided in the 80s under Reagan that having a service economy was so much better than having a manufacturing economy. And that gave us... how's that working out, fellas, right?
Yeah. How is that working out?
And then you hear things like, Sears goes out of business. Sears can't make any money on catalogs. Well, no shit.
Sears went out of business for another reason.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
Playboy is better than Sears catalog? I don't know what to tell you.
I grew up on that book. Anyway,
He's the wishbone.
Okay.
Let's don't talk about that story. It is. I understand the big picture of what Mitch is talking about. You know,
Yes, I do too.
It is something that.
And I feel sorry for people who are caught up in that, because you know that those people are fairly on the low end of the wage scale.
Yeah.
That's
and you
a
know,
lot of
it
us,
was
Mitch.
the unions. It was the unions that created Middle America, and you know, fine for big corporations to want to get rid of unions because it just breaks down, you know, lower paid workers for them, but that makes us all expendable at their expense. You know,
We wouldn't have paid vacations and
What's
you know
that?
sick time
What's
and
that?
this and that.
none of
if
it.
weren't for
None of
unions.
it.
Yeah. The only time I ever had that was either A, when I was in the military, or I was a government employee working for the Army as a civilian. That's the only time I ever had those things. Go figure. Social activity and yeah, you want health care for all? You know, we can't let the government do that. Why not? Why not? They could administer. Anyway, I get sidetracked by something off camera. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I live in East Tennessee, and it's if you say the word union around here, it's like you said a dirty word. And these fuckers don't understand that everything they get from their non-union job is because of a damn union job.
Because of union.
I mean, because you know they're getting their wages because there's a prevailing wage, you know.
Or how about, you know, only having to work 40 hours a week?
Yeah, and holidays,
that
Getting
minimum
paid for
wage.
overtime. There's a lot of things
overtime,
unions have brought us.
child labor.
But
and
you know,
shit.
they came up with this right to work. Leave it to Republicans to always come up with a catchy line. You have a right to work in this state. In Texas, you don't need a union. You have a right to work.
Yeah.
You have a right to get screwed over too by the
Speaking of
company
that,
you work for.
Which was it? Scott Walker. What was that state? They switched it back. They went back against the. Oh shit! I can't remember.
They went to right to work and then went back to.
Yeah, remember Scott Walker?
Yes, I do.
Michigan just did that.
Was it Michigan?
Yep.
I think they went back to.
We just did.
Texas, you know, a lot of states are learning that right to work shit. Yeah, you have a right to be fired, a right to be screwed over, a right to be cheated out your wage. Who are you going to complain to? Yep.
Right.
Sorry,
You right to work for less. Right to work for less.
Yeah, the right to work for less. Let's award it to the cheapest bidder. Let me thank Michael Johnson, who came in with $2 and said under Reagan. Yeah, last in my motherfucker. Yes, Reaganomics, baby. That's when it started, but it has snowballed into something that we don't even recognize anymore. The greed that goes on, the disparity between what a worker makes on the floor and what the CEO makes of a company.
Another thing, John, you wouldn't believe that so many union workers who are into this Trump shit and they vote against their own damn interests. I don't understand it. I mean, I'm gonna beat my head against the wall.
It's not only against their own economic interests; it's against their own feelings of patriot. You know, because leave it to a bunch of right-wing nut jobs to start screaming about how patriotic they are and how they wave the flag and everything. But yet the laws that the Republicans are chasing, they affect those freedoms, their freedoms. You know, the only freedom they really give a shit about is the Second Amendment. That's it. That's it. They'll stand their ground on that sumbitch. They'll die on that hill. Anything else is negotiable to them. And we have to come to terms with this bullshit, this Second Amendment bullshit. Are y'all still there?
We're listening to you.
Okay. Occasionally it gets so quiet, I think. Did I lose signal again?
Well, you were on a roll.
No, we have to face this eventually. The Second Amendment cannot stand as the most, powerful. There are plenty of things we could do that don't affect the Second Amendment.
You know what, John? My thoughts on the pump up of the Second Amendment.
What's that?
It's, and this goes back into the racial stuff where, okay, we had people being police officers down south that, had no training back when. We know where the sheriff system came from originally. Well, now they just want to put that in everybody's hands. They're their own sheriff. How's that working for you?
How
People are getting shot on driveways.
Yeah, ringing doorbells. Going
ringing
shopping.
Doorbell.
Praying.
Trying to pick up
Going
their
to school.
brother.
Pick something.
Yeah.
It's impacted everything. Like I said on my show, throw a fucking dart at the mount.
Trying to pick up their brother.
Anyway, Linda, are you with us? Linda
Oh.
Gallup?
We can hear you.
I can hear.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you.
You're gonna have to turn your audio stuff you're listening to down.
There. I hear an echo. That's all right.
Feedback on a delay. Nice.
Yeah, a little delay there. But that's fine. Linda, are you doing all right?
Why? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, nothing, James. We were all sitting here waiting on your words of wisdom to come out. What was you going to say, bub?
I just want to say I don't know why YouTube and Facebook's so much slower than Discord. I mean, it's like way back.
It has to be uploaded
Yep, we're talking live and uploading to them.
at the same time, so that's why the delay. It has to be uploaded.
Yeah, is that still coming through, Linda? Yeah, Linda, if you can hear us, yeah, we're getting some audio feedback.
You're going to have to turn the volume on whatever you're listening to off.
Turn your volume down, Linda.
She must be trying.
I don't.
Oh. Nope, that's us. That's all right. That's all right.
No, I'm right here.
But we can hear John and all the delay in the background.
It's coming through your audio, Linda.
You have Facebook going and also turn Facebook off.
Or I guess you're just going to have to mute because...
I think she got it. I think she got it. There she goes. There, are you still with us, Linda? Uh-oh. Having a little bit of audio trouble, Linda, because I can't hear you, darling. I'm going to cycle you back down and raise
I had my speaker down.
No. Oh.
Can you hear me? Yeah, Dummy here had the speaker down. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Duh. Sorry.
There you are.
Well, how are you doing, darling?
I'm fine. I'm just like really pissed off about, you can't even go to the wrong door. A girl got shot and killed because she went through. How many people turn up my driveway? I don't shoot them. I'm just so done with this at this point.
It is heartbreaking, and you're right. You're overwhelmed with the ignorance of what those stories imply. Really? That you're just shooting blindly?
Mm-hmm. We have a gun, and 2 weeks ago we had a bunch of kids pull up in front of our house, and they were loud. You could tell they were smoking something other than pot. And I thought, okay, not good. They turned around, came back, and sat there, and we called the police. We were like, man, something's going on. And they came in, they were doing something wrong. I didn't go out and take my gun. And there were a lot of kids. There was like 4 or 5 in there, and you could tell they were doing something bad. Right. Not just, I don't care about pot. Like, that's legal here. I don't care. And I mind my own business, but it was pretty bad. So the police took care of it. I don't go out there with a gun. I'm really sick of this vigilante bullshit.
And that's the world we live in. Mm-hmm. Time after hell, 16-year-old ringing a doorbell or at a sweet 16 party. We had the death count was 4 and the wounded is up to 32. Last I heard.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking how many stories, and we're so accustomed. It's every freaking day.
This is the result of living in fear, because one gentleman says that he was afraid when the doorbell was rang and shoot.
But, hey,
the other one just feels he got a right to shoot anything that walks on his property.
Yeah.
Hey, don't mistake. There are some people out there.
There are a couple of different mentalities working here.
Yeah.
But there are some people who are just itching to kill somebody.
They are.
They look for an excuse.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
They are, and we see that. We see that in this case down here in Texas, where the governor is trying to pardon a murderer because he went to a Black Lives Matter looking to shoot somebody, and he found somebody, and he shot him dead.
They dream about it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They want to be the good guy with the gun, and they end up.
And this is this is the reason why people like your governor, John, Greg Asbot, and Ron DeSantis, the Satanism down there in Florida, can get away with putting in the policies that they put in because, they have the fear of the people that they've been chiding, since whenever. Right. And, because, oh my God, you should be fearful of anything that doesn't look like you, old, white, and a man.
Yeah, even if they're just turning into your driveway.
Doesn't matter. If you come down my driveway, I have the castle doctor and I have the right to shoot whatever the fuck comes down my driveway.
And that's what irritates me about that, Dick, is they're outright saying, the sheriff, this guy's got no remorse.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's got no remorse for it. He killed a young lady.
John, you have sheriff caught on tape saying, hey, back in the day, in my day, we just take that black dude out to a tree and hang him.
Yeah, or, how old is that guy? Because what day was that back in the day?
What worse day than was the homeowner. That? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
That story really pissed me off. And now the sheriff is coming out screaming about not the content of the tape, but oh my God, it's illegal for you to tape me. You can't do that. The cat is out of the bag, buddy. It's
apparently
that guy.
The guy who did it was a reporter.
Yes,
he
checked his lawyer.
He checked
his attorneys to make sure he wasn't doing anything illegal by leaving the tape there, because he had a hunch that there was business going on after the meeting had been called.
Illegally.
And the two reporters are father and son who run this news business.
And who were also part target of these same people in the city council and the sheriff's department.
And you know how safe this place is? They have been advised to leave their home, and they will be told when it would be safe to come back. How you like that? Now it's reporters? The journalists, the reporters have been told it would be better if you were not in town. What is that like saying? We can't protect you? From who? The cops. It is a disgusting story. Let me pause here. Let's come back to the story. But Keith Thompson came in with a $5 donation and said, to Republican right-wing nut jobs, karma is coming to bite you people in the ass, exposed as crooks. Hold on, there's more. Keith Thompson came in with $5 and said to Republic. Oh, wait. He came in with $5 and said, nope. Whoa. Keith, little side note, buddy. I have 3 notifications for 3 separate donations, and they all say the same thing. Go back and check your donation thing and take 2 of them back now, because they all well, one says ass and one says treason. Be careful, Keith. Thank you, Keith Thompson, but make sure that one of those is not a mistake, buddy. Oh no, I'm just looking. They all say the different things. The last one says, to Republican right-wing nut jobs, karma is coming back to bite you people in the ass. Thank you, Keith. And thank you very much for that, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. The sheriff. There is so much to unpack in there. What he was talking about, he already have a couple holes dug, and he has an excavator to come fill them in. Yeah. I know a few people, a couple of really. I'm serious. They need to interrogate this motherfucker, and he better come up with some names. Who are you talking about?
The FBI's on the case, so
yes, they should be. I mean, this is a sheriff.
This is Oklahoma, wasn't it?
I don't want to repeat my story of my local sheriff, but I've made it very clear. Do I feel comfortable out here? No, I don't. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't have a lot of faith that my sheriff is going to rush out here and protect my ass.
Remember that time you called the police like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and it took like hours on a Sunday?
Oh, it took a long time. No, I know where I stand, where I live.
Why don't you run for sheriff? You could be a Buford pusher.
Yeah, because John has a habit of slapping people when they. That's the same reason I can't run for office, because somebody's gonna get slapped. when you come up and say stupid shit out of your mouth. And we see it on a daily basis. That's what's so sad, is to watch our political system trying to work. And kudos to the Democrats for trying to get things done. But it takes two to tango, and we ain't tangoing. We ain't dancing through this shit with the Republicans over there just sitting on the bench with their, hands under their ass saying we ain't gonna do nothing. It's just bullshit that they've got. We're putting up with so much bullshit from the right now, and it's all on social issues or bullshit issues that none of us is going to be an issue of in our daily lives.
All I know is thoughts and fucking prayers.
While we watch the carnage go by every day.
It's pretty much the Donnie's getting picked on show.
Donnie's getting picked on. That's why Jacket Off Jordan went to New York.
It's the normalization of everything, John.
It is, darling.
It's just not it's okay to drive up to somebody's house and get shot in the head, and that be normalized. America's out of fucking control, and it's really that simple thing.
Not all of them, just a certain portion.
It's the very loud portion that has the microphone stuck in front of its face all the time, because every time they turn around, they're screaming they're victims, and we all know how I feel about it, Exterminate all the brutes.
Exterminate all the brutes, indeed.
Yeah.
And let me send out a quick thank you to Timothy, who came in with a $5 donation. Timothy, thank you very much. I appreciate it tremendously. What a world we live in.
We know that we know the Republicans call us all kinds of names, and they say that we're left-wing extremists and
radical. I heard, bitch.
But we just don't participate in that whole vibe that believes that our own government doesn't serve a purpose. Now, to me, that's the main difference between the ideologies. People who don't understand why having a government is beneficial, why that it makes more sense to invest things into a democratic government that has good social intent than to kind of squander it on the bullshit that we squander it on. So we believe in we want to make America better
for everybody involved,
in people, so that we become better. The others, they want to entrench. They want to walk it back. And you could say, well, they're walking it back to 1950. I could say they're walking it back to fucking 1850.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yes. If they could, they would. They'd go back farther.
Prior to 1856, to be exact.
And the problem with this whole thing is Donald Trump just brought out this attitude that it doesn't matter what you say.
Nope.
Fuck your feelings. And now this attitude is now normalized.
Yep.
It's become their mantra.
And then we have the mainstream media to thank for that.
But here's the dilemma,
like
right?
Fox Spews.
Let's just say that you want to improve things. You want to make things better. Well, how do you do that when one side has no conscience?
Has all the money. The money. Because the money that has been poured into the Republican Party is extraordinary. It is.
But we have an insight as to who that is, too. With this,
and as long as you got money, you got advertising on your
Crow fella that's in the news for the Supreme Court Justice, Harlan Crow. Billionaire down here in Texas. And what does he collect? Kidney memorabilia. Really? You little scumbag. That's what you're into.
Yeah, he collects Nazi memorabilia and Supreme Court justices.
That's what he collects, evidently.
Yeah, he collects scumbag justices.
Yeah.
Justices.
But the irony is, if they would just use a portion of that money that they're putting into all these PACs and all this bullshit, they could solve a lot of the problems.
I think
but
that
they don't want to solve the problem.
Every political season, I think the same thing when they talk about how much money each one of these political campaigns spend on advertising and everything. And you add them up, we're talking billions and billions of dollars on advertising. You know, think of what that money could do. Turned it. Mitch is right. This is a battle, and I do consider it that, between good and evil, and I described him as Democrat and Republican, because the Democrats are what Mitch pointed out to be, that we're working for the benefit of society, that we want to lift all boats. The Republican Party over there, they're full-blown fascists in my ideas nowadays. They want not their only pitch is to the wealthy.
Yeah.
If you ain't got a whole lot of money and a whole lot of money to donate to their ass, they don't give shit about you, but they'll sell you a whole lot of patriotism.
A lot of money that comes in from foreign governments and foreign entities that are able to buy politicians in this country. And when you buy politicians, you effectively buy policies.
Correct. Yep. And the same thing, even worst case scenarios, happen with evangelical Christians in America buying policy in Uganda. Have you heard this story?
No.
No. I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Basically, evangelicals have been courting the Ugandan government, ostensibly not the most enlightened nation.
No, they're not.
And basically getting them to be evangelical Christians that hate gay people, that are...
Yes, they're extremely homophobic over there.
Homophobic and transphobic, very transphobic.
Oh, absolutely transphobic, yes.
And this whole culture
that they're doing here.
Yeah, it is the same thing that they're doing, but they can get away with murder, literally.
Yes.
They can get away with anything in Uganda because they don't have a constitutional democracy. I don't even know what the hell they are. But it can't be a democracy.
No.
That phrase phobic kind of irks me, because phobic means you're afraid of something. You're not fucking afraid of something. You're just a goddamn dick.
You're an asshole.
You know?
Yes. I got this. I very seldom pick out a meme and share it on my Facebook. I shared this one the other day, and who'd I get this from? Stephen Tower is where I got it from, and it's just one of those written out things. But when I read it, it's like the most common sense thing you know, but somebody has to say it. Here it is. To our religious family, when you die, God isn't going to ask you about somebody else. He won't ask you about the two men down the street who got married. He won't ask you about the girl who had an abortion. He won't ask you about the atheist that lives on the corner. He won't ask you about the woman who feels more comfortable as a man. He will ask how you love those people as he called you to do. And some of you aren't doing it.
There you go.
That's in a nutshell with my religious belief. God in their own teachings teaches you to love everybody. So every time I see one of these religious nut jobs out there preaching about, oh, look at this gay guy, transvestite, you're not a man of the Lord. You're just a carnival barker.
I got in an argument the other day with a person at work. I said, well, you're born gay. They said, no, you're not. I said, God doesn't make mistakes. I'm like, are you serious? Have you seen all the birth defects?
Right.
You're going to talk to me about God doesn't make mistakes? Come on.
That's the mentality.
All part of God's plan, James.
It's all part of God's plan. Every bit of it, he had it planned up. Well, I always say this to people who always challenge me. If there is a God today, I get up there, I'll give him one fucking chance to get on his fucking knees and apologize to me. And I'll carry that fucking thought until the day I fucking die. And there's reasons for that. And there is no fucking words in the Bible or any other religious book that's going to bring every fucking feeling I have. Ain't none of it coming back. Ain't gonna be nobody up at the fucking pearly gates to meet my ass. I don't like
John.
saying that. Louis Russo came in with $5, said, John, what happened to the American Express situation? Was it real? Oh, man, Louis, you got me off guard. I'm trying to think what the American Express situation.
That email that you got with your...
Yes, I didn't touch it. And Travis tracked it down, and it was a phishing thing. Travis tracked down the original, or yes. So we didn't get nothing there. I'm safe there. Louis, thank you for asking. And thank you, Mr. J, for reminding me what I did. And old
hey,
bad
John.
with old, huh?
I just wanted to send you an invite.
Uh-huh.
When you get up to them pearly gates,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you an invite.
Hey,
Come on, meet me down in my corner in the back in the dark.
That's
and
right.
we're gonna whoop some ass, okay?
That's it. I have people I have a bone to pick with.
A Bud Light.
I don't like getting emotional like that, but I can't. Anytime
okay.
that subject comes up, I'm serious about it. I'm serious.
Yeah, I felt your passion.
Anyway,
I felt your passion. But come and have a party with me.
There you go.
Don't get emotional.
I'm in good company. I'm in good company.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I wasn't. I've been baptized twice. I had questions both times, baby.
I would rather be in hell with all you guys than be in heaven with a bunch of maggots.
With some of the people I know who claim to be Christians.
You think maggots are going to heaven?
I don't think so.
If that's where they go, then I don't want to be there.
Let me come back. Old Bat with two cats came in. Darling, thank you very much. Came in with a $20 donation and said, Jim Jordan says the FBI is trying to infiltrate our churches. Oh my, poor fundamental Christian. Oh yeah, fuck Trump. Poor fundamental Christian. Yes, the FBI. They're trying to infiltrate our churches. Trying to find out these. I don't know. Shit.
Whatever.
Go knock on any church in the South down here,
off.
baby. You'll find them right there.
Good night, everybody.
Where are you going? Oh, Mitch, you leaving?
Go get on with the rest of my life.
Well, I hope it's a great one.
You go.
Julie, thank you for coming by, darling.
Bye, John.
Bye, Julie. Take care of yourself. All right, here we go.
Hey, I looked up Uganda real quick.
Yeah.
just curious.
And?
Multi-party republic with one legislative house, which I think they call a parliament.
All right.
I don't know exactly how it all works, but they have magistrates, courts, high court, court of appeals, blah blah blah, Supreme Court, stuff like that.
In Uganda.
In Uganda.
Well, I wasn't familiar with that story. I hadn't heard it, but you've heard of Christian. What do they call it when they go in the jungle to, who are those?
Or whatever.
There's a word for them. They go out.
Missionaries.
Missionaries. Thank you. Missionaries. They go into to teach the word of the Lord. And if there weren't so many horror stories, and if they did exactly that, what would to try to embrace your fellow man? But it's when they throw their own bigotries and their own, their own ideas of what man should be is when it's man that screws up religion. Of course, it's man that invented it. So, I just have a hard time. First book of the Bible was written 300 years after the death. Somebody has a good memory.
It wasn't contemporary, that's for sure.
Yeah, somebody's got a damn good memory. And anyway, I do. You're never going to do away with religions, and religion has a place. It says when the ground shakes, everybody looks up. So, even me, if something happens, oh my God, oh shit, Lord, don't, whatever. So I don't know.
Ask the people in Turkey and Syria that went through those humongous earthquakes, that earthquake storm that they had over there. Everybody was tripping.
Ask yourself, Anyway. What about politics? Let's go back there.
Let's go back.
That religious stuff, it sets me off sometimes. But I respect if you ask me to church, I'd go to church with you. I'd go to church with you tomorrow. It's going to hurt me. I'm not going to go in there and be converted by anybody. But if it makes you feel good, I'll go in there, listen to the story and have a great time. I don't have a problem supporting somebody's religious beliefs. It's part of our country that everybody has that right. But when you
have a right to believe or not to believe.
Yes.
And
what you do in your life
that they get upset about. Because I don't believe the way that you believe.
When you start trying to use our laws to make law according to your religion, then yes, I have a problem, and that's what they're trying to do with the abortion issue.
I have a question.
What's that?
If you don't believe in a God, let alone a Christian God,
right?
And you have to go to court,
there's a lot of
isn't it a lie if you're swearing on the Bible? Just curious.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't, it's embedded in our culture. It's inbred. It's embedded in our society, in our laws.
Inbreaded.
Inbreaded. Yeah, I got the wrong word.
Inbreaded.
My mouth
It's
doesn't work
inbreaded
all
too.
the time. I can make it work when I say Michael Johnson came in with $2 and said, "My hands up," but so is it. Holy shit!
John needs glasses. He can't see the
No,
forest for the
we
trees.
switched. Remember, I told y'all I got a dead screen over here, and that's normally where Discord is. So right here, when I'm looking at you, Discord is right here where I can see it. Now, it's over here. So unless I turn my hand, all right, I'm just gonna. There's hands up galore over here. We're gonna get everybody in here. Let's see if I do this right. I got to get my buttons fixed. Oh, now I can't see the audience. Wait a minute.
Angie has her hand up.
Lois is down there.
You got me in.
Okay. I hear Johnny Flies in here. There's
Yep.
Bellica. Wait a minute.
Angie.
Wait, there's Angie down there. And Michael. Oh,
Pull everybody up here. Shit.
We've got a full
All
room.
right.
All right, we've got
Now
a
it's
full
a
room.
party.
So
It's a
let
party
me
now.
make this disclaimer. Try to give each other time to talk. Anyway, Angie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just got through cutting some bushes, and hopefully that'll do it. And,
Well, there you go.
I ain't
Little
arguing
nature
with
stuff.
nobody right now.
Yeah, there you
I had
go.
some argument. I got in an argument about that girl that got shot. Somebody, they get on their little high horse about well, she shouldn't have been stealing. And I'm like, look, there ain't a single mom alive that hadn't stole some diapers.
Oh,
You
shit.
know, I said
Oh,
I
shit.
stole some diapers 20 years ago. I did what I had to do. Dude, I swear to God, they come out of the woodwork.
I don't
One
want to go
dude
down
even-
memory lane of how many things I tried to steal when I was a kid. Candy bars. There's
Yeah.
lots of stuff. Are you
But my
shitting
whole
me?
point was you are not judge and jury, and when you pull out a gun, you're going to end somebody's life without due process.
You pull out a gun, your life changes. Your life and both these people. Their life
John?
changes.
John.
Yes. Hello,
Um,
DJ.
Hey, how you doing, John?
All right.
How's everybody else doing? But I just wanted to talk about a couple things real quick, and then I'll shut up.
All right.
And one is Missouri does have a stand your ground law. It used to be a castle law, and they evolved it into a stand your ground. And the guy was 84 years old that shot the Jarl boy. But the thing is, he said he was afraid for his life. However, there's a complication here. The boy rang the doorbell first before I guess he opened the door to knock. And here's the thing. That may disqualify him from the stand your ground law because UPS rings your doorbell. Lots of people come up and ring your doorbell and you don't shoot them. Okay.
Exactly.
So they're saying that may make him not be able to use that as a defense for what he
should
did.
not be able to use stand your ground or home defense as a defense. He shot through the screen door.
Yes.
In
Missouri, you can
I heard not to interrupt you guys, but I heard a report this morning that first one, it was not a glass door. There was a peephole in the door. The man couldn't see through the peephole, so he went and he got a step stool or something to stand on, and when he looked through, he shot through that. The angle at which he shot was probably something, and the gun used was probably something that saved the boy's life.
That's what I explained to Marcia. The caliber weapon he used probably saved that kid's life.
Yeah, and the thing about it is
the fact that he opened the door and then went to shoot him in the chest, and the boy's arm was across his chest, and he got shot in the arm. Okay, that too probably saved his life. This will prevent this man from claiming self-defense because there was a lot of forethought that went into him shooting through the door in the first damn place.
Well, the kid got up and ran away. They said.
And he went to like three
different houses. Correct. And at the third house, he was told to lay down on the ground while they called for services and he passed out while he was laying down there, and that's one of the reasons why he got medical help in the first place.
Well,
God bless this child's
So this is
mother.
Michael. This is Michael. I live within 5 miles. I live within 5 miles of Clay County, Kansas City. When I moved up here from Kentucky, I didn't know Kansas City swallowed almost 5 fucking counties.
Oh, it's huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kansas
So
City's huge.
I live within 5 miles of where this shit, and I know Clay County is one of the. It's not blue. It's purple. And they are some sacks of shits, let me tell you that. But I think the prosecutor is so on this right now that maybe he will do the right thing. That's why they arrested him today. There was too many people pissed off.
That's being generous. Let's say that's being generous that they arrested him today. It did kind of piss me off because it was waiting all day long for him to turn himself in.
Right.
Yeah, he surrendered.
That kind of what? You know, why didn't you arrest him?
Exactly.
You know, the whole situation changed. I said it earlier. If the situation had been changed and it was an old black gentleman who shot a white 16-year-old on his punch through the door, how long do you think it would take for SWAT to get there?
Not long.
Not
minutes.
Long. And we're talking about waiting for this gentleman to turn himself in. Now, you know, it's not like we're heartless and we want to see the guy hung up by a rope.
I think
he's got to have his day in court. But my God, you know,
it's like Michael said, the prosecutor's on this, and I think Michael's right, but I think it's the prosecutor's on this because he's seeing the negative publicity that's coming out of this. He knows he's got to do something because this is not going to look good if they don't.
It's a purple county. It's a purple county. Yeah. Normally they're Republican county, but they got a situation here that they've never had to deal with, and that's outside of Liberty. That Liberty, Missouri, is just 5 miles from me. I live on the north side of Jackson County, northeast side. I'm right by the river, within a mile. Trust me, I know about Jackson County. Jackson County is part of Kansas City. But when I moved up here from Kentucky, I didn't realize Kansas City swallowed so many other counties during its time because Kentucky never done it. You know, you've got suburbs and you've got all this stuff, but they're gerrymandered just like any other state, red state like we live in. They're so friggin' gerrymandered. Yes. It changes.
In Missouri, voting in Kansas City and St. Louis are the only 2 true blue sections of the whole state. The rest of the state of Missouri is just basically red.
DJ, don't forget Columbia.
Columbia is kind of purple, I think. It's trends blue, but it's kind of purple. But
they've got 3 colleges in Columbia, and so you got the University of Missouri. You got smart people there.
You got Columbia College. You've got all kinds of colleges there. Okay. But the thing about it is, when there's an election in Missouri, what happens is that the final results that come in are from St. Louis and Kansas City. Until they come in, the Republicans are usually leading. But once the results come in from St. Louis and Kansas City, then like with the representative from St. Louis, I can't remember her name, but she was losing until those came in, and she finally won.
Like a lot of other places, metropolitan areas tend to be blue. Let me call this out, and then maybe it'll stimulate a little conversation here. Alan Roberts came in with a $10 donation through Super Chat, and he said, "Can we start a fund to help LFR to get a new ramp?" Okay. Hey, Alan, thank you very much for that. And LFR, that's Lady Freedom Rocks, who has been a long time Blue Dot family member. Evidently, I'm reading here, I did not know this. Lady Freedom Rocks wrote that she is in HUD housing, but they assigned her this apartment during the lockdown without a ramp. And it's a long fight to get one to be put in. So Alan was wondering if we could start a fund to help Lady Freedom Rocks get a ramp put in at the house that she's living in. First, let me start out by saying, please don't start sending money here for that, because the money donated here won't be in for a month from now, or it will come in the 21st of next month, and it gets confusing. But if there's anybody in the family that would like to, Lady Freedom Rocks, I'd like to find out.
Where does she live?
That where you live, and if we can, if start a fund to get you a ramp built in, but also maybe contact the housing unit, and if you're confined to a wheelchair, that's a necessity. A ramp is a necessity.
I think that's law, John, isn't it?
I would think so, but with a lot of things, like a lot of things, it may be. And if we have that fight out, it might take 7 months or something. You win the fight, but in the meantime, so if there is,
and if it's HUD housing, there may be some kind of rules and regulations that you might have to go through, where you can or cannot put in a ramp like that. They would have to approve it because it's not her home.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you're in a wheelchair,
yes, she's wheelchair. And I'm surprised they put her in an apartment without a ramp access if you're in a wheelchair.
Well, it used to be a federal law that they had to do that. Look
exactly.
At all the, I don't know what the hell state she lives in, but there's a federal law that used to be able to do that for disabled people. So, got to look into that too.
Let's
It should be a federal law. You're right.
Lady Freedom Rocks, first thing we need to do is establish contact, a good solid contact between you and us. Let me see. Well, you can always write to me.
That might be the best one.
What's that?
I say Bernadette might be the best one, and then maybe we can send the money to.
Excuse me, who's volunteering me for something? Because Bernadette has a life sometimes, okay?
It is
right now
difficult.
she's stuck in the 7th grade, okay?
To do, but I want to do something. Lady, let me see.
We got to establish justice on the federal level first to see what state she's in that's throwed all this apart. I think we can get it there because I built more ramps, but never in a HUD house. Yeah. Never.
Exactly. And you might want to contact your representative or state representative or federal representative and talk to them about what kind of laws are involved in doing. I believe they say she's in Phoenix, so that would be what, Arizona?
Arizona. Oh shit.
Yeah, good luck with cinema. But your local reps would be a good place and a good starting point for you to let them know, hey, you're in this HUD housing and I need some services. What can I do? Who can I call to help me?
That's the way I've always started out, is I find out who the authority is, and then call and ask for guidance on how I start this process. And in this case, she says she believes somebody stole her ramp. She had a ramp, and then somebody stole her ramp.
That's just wicked.
That's wrong.
That's crazy. Well, they sure didn't hammer drill that fucker down, because I would have hammer drilled it down. They would have had to come in with crowbars. I'm a carpenter. Fuck, I've been in concrete all my life. And they would have never done that. They would have never done it. We used to have people up here stealing air conditioners and shit like that until a law or Democratic governor at the time stopped that shit, where they were stealing everything. They were stealing these 2-ton air conditioners. And you had to build a thing around it to where they just couldn't get to it.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Lady Freedom Rock, if you're out there and you're listening, you have got to be a squeaky wheel for your own advocacy. The more noise you make, the more attention you're going to draw to this, the more you're going to get the goods and services you need. Don't be quiet. Call your rep and let them know that this is happening.
John.
Give us a phone number. We'll all be squeaky fucking wheels.
That's what I was fixing to say. I'm trying to figure out how we can. Okay, wait. She just texted.
Can I interrupt
Guys,
for a second,
don't.
John?
I'll figure it out. Got a group of ex-vet newborns. They have volunteered to help until I figure it out. Don't worry about me. I just keep fighting with HUD. I was. And she's in Tucson, by the way.
Give us a
yeah, we don't want to
phone
overwhelm
number.
her with all our outrage. But if there's any way we can help, I want to reach out.
I know it gets tiring, but you know you got to make some noise. Got to make some noise.
She's protected by two laws, John. The Fair Housing Act says that they have to make reasonable compensation for access to people with disabilities, and the ADA, which is the American Disabilities Act, also protects her. So she's got two federal laws protecting her. They have to do something for her.
That's what I was trying to say, DJ. Yep.
Call the local media. Call the local media and give it. It might be a damn story.
Here in Corpus, we have what station is it? It's troubleshooters. They call it troubleshooters on the local news. One guy, you make a phone call, something wrong going on in your business, you need a ramp or something like that. He's the guy that comes out and sticks the microphone in the other places.
There you go, make some noise.
That's probably a very good way to, if you have that in the local Tucson area, that might not be a bad idea to call the local station and say, if they have those kind of services, which a lot of them do across the country. They're for the community. That's what they do.
But when he shows up, shoot him. Stand your ground. Damn it.
Stand your ground. Yeah. But don't shoot him before you.
In the damn foot.
Let me thank James Lee, who came in with a $10 donation and said Ralph Yarl wants to go into chemical engineering because it's hard. Yeah. What a sign of great character. I wish him the best. I'm a degree chemical engineer. All right, James. I worked in a chem lab for a long time, buddy.
What a beautiful young man.
Like the word how to titrate that.
Good soul. Yes. And from here.
That kid is showing so much character. And did you see all his schoolmates come out?
Yeah.
That was heartwarming. That was heartwarming to see that.
And he's going to the White House, too.
And it's the same way with this young lady that was shot up in New York. Her aspirations for the future. She's a good kid. She had a great past. She had a great future to look forward to.
And the kids down in Tennessee, when they were marching last week before the reps got expelled, held up signs that said, "If I'm the future, how am I the future if I'm dead?"
If I'm dead. I saw that.
Hey, John.
Good question.
John, may I share something funny?
No, not at all, Johnny Fly. Let's move on. No, brother. What? Go ahead. Lift our heart. Lift our boat.
I hope it does. It was hilarious. Came on the news today. I think it was a suburb of Philadelphia. And there was this real tall guy, bearded fella. He went in to get a pizza at a local pizza shop, and he came out and he heard all this commotion going on. He heard sirens and stuff. Here, the police were chasing a man who stole a car. The guy who stole the car ditched it. He jumped out. So this bearded guy has a box of pizza in his hand. And what does he do? But he goes over. The guy's running full pit. He sticks his foot out and trips the thief, and the police catch him.
There you go. Love it.
That was
so
funny. Did anybody see that at all?
No, I didn't see it.
It was on the Today Show, I think, this morning. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
It was hilarious. I laughed my ass off.
Great. Good for him. Good for him. Stick your foot out and trip the guy.
Yeah, and they said, well, if you're sick and tired of, I think he worked in the pizza place. He said, if you're sick and tired of that, he says, we're always looking for a few good men.
There you go. Come join the police department. Looks like you have what they need. A quick eye. Oh,
Johnny?
Man. Yes.
Do you remember those sneakers that had the lights on them back in the day? There was a guy who robbed a 7-Eleven and he ran through a forest to get away. However, it was wintertime and all the leaves were off the tree, and so the police just watched his sneakers blinking as he ran, and they waited on the other side. Why didn't they come out?
Some criminals aren't that smart,
No.
Yeah.
Don't they have a criminal school they can go to, graduate from, or something?
No.
No. Damn. Trial by error. A lot of errors going on, ain't there?
Maybe Trump could be their teacher. Who knows? He does.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's all of us. That's the one we're waiting on.
I'm beginning to think Jim Jordan's more ignorant than Trump.
I really can't hide my disappointment in today's settlement, though. I just, I'm like everybody else. I wanted to see this go to trial.
John,
I was surprised too, John.
is coming. Smartmatic hasn't gone to trial yet.
Oh, there's still a lot of
But,
that.
you
You were
know,
going to say, Johnny Fly?
well, I was gonna say too. Fox, I think it was their attorney came out and he said, well, they admitted to two falsehoods. Two falsehoods. How many fucking falsehoods did they say throughout their programming? You know, during the election and all that. Yeah, they still want to come out and look at like roses, even if it's half crushed roses. Yeah, I couldn't believe that he said that. They were questioning. Well, we had two falsehoods, you know. Yeah.
Well, a couple of things that we might have exaggerated. Are you shitting me?
They had to agree that what the judge said
yes.
prior to this trial, that they lied and that they they deceived their followers, was the truth about this trial.
So Fox is being able to get away with saying, yeah, what he said. That's basically what they get.
They don't have to
say,
admit
what
it
that guy said
on TV or anything else like that. Which, you know, Dominion should have held out for that shit, because that would have been very important for America.
It would have been more important than the money.
You know what I think? I think they
John,
didn't want to be embarrassed.
This is what money does to people, though.
It does.
Yeah,
no,
but they
this
didn't
is
want to
what
have
money
Tucker
does.
Carlson go up there. They didn't want to have all the big shots come up there and bring out the truth and embarrass the company in front of everybody. So I guess they sat down and quick and worked out a deal that's, let's just settle for it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of money.
That's what I think.
It's a record settlement, but it doesn't solve the issue, because the issue is that they willingly lied and they conspired with a former president to overthrow an election, and I think that's what Fox did.
Yeah.
And you know what, John?
Yeah.
I wanted Tucker Carlson to get on there and go, and yes, I called you a cousin, you know.
Yeah. I wanted them to get up there and read some of the shit that we've read that they said in their that we've seen in their text message. He's an idiot. All the other shit. Yes. What they really think of him. But didn't Tucker Carlson just have an interview with his ass?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. So
Tucker, he did.
They're just, the whole Fox crew over there, they don't have a difficult job. All they have to do is smile at the camera and shovel shit up a bunch of idiots' ass. I mean, just feed it to them, because these people accept it. And there are other alternatives. Every one of these people can turn the fucking channel and find news. But they're not interested in news. They are interested in validating their hate.
It's not even entertainment. It's terrible.
It is. They're listed as an entertainment company.
The sad fact is that there's people like my brother that comes to mind who watch that and genuinely believe all the bullshit. I wonder what he's thinking now. And even Tucker Carlson came out and said, well, we know Trump's right. They know he was lying, and a lot of it's ridiculous. But people, when they get on the air, the Dominions screwing around with defective machines, and they're trying to overturn the elections and all this. And people like my brother listen and believe it.
Well,
and they're going to continue believing it, because Fox does not have to get on the air and admit that they did any wrong.
Like I said, I looked over there and they were talking about the COVID-19. I mean, the cause of the COVID outbreak in Wuhan. That's what the big story was over there.
And that's how it's going to continue.
It will.
Fox, throughout this whole the hearings and everything else, have never said anything about this case going to trial. Their viewers don't even know this fucking case exists.
Here, John, can I read really quick? I want to read just a couple sentences to you.
All right, go ahead.
Dominion's litigation exposed some of the misconduct and damage caused by Fox's disinformation campaign. A Smartmatic spokesman said in a statement obtained by the New York Times, Smartmatic will expose the rest.
Yes, Smartmatics is the next one. They're going to sue Fox too. And what chance do you think they have of winning? A big chance. So I hope one after another they just keep hitting.
Much.
Huh?
They're asking for twice as much.
Twice as much, yeah.
I wish they'd get it too.
Well, if they get half, just like Dominion did. That's a lot of money. Let's just keep punching them left and right. And again, we know Smartmatics. We know there are going to be other corporations that are going to be suing their ass, but also individuals are going to be sued because individuals were, were responsible for their own actions. So this is not over by a long shot. But but it's disappointing that we don't get to see a bunch of at least artist sketches of Hannity on the state on the.
I want to see some truth hit the fucking airwaves. That's what I want to
see. Unless you're going to hear the truth on every station except Fox or OAN and the rest of that bullshit.
That's where I want it. That's where I want to see it.
You're not going to see that.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that.
Thanks, Ronald Reagan.
John.
Sin City.
I just want to
yes, dear.
I'm starting to learn
Credits.
Credits.
Oh, credits. Is it that time already? Look at there, credits.
Yeah.
Boy, out of shit. All right, before we go through the credits, John needs mail. Went to the post office today. Again, open the damn thing. Nothing. This ain't sad. Where's the angry button anyway? Send us some mail. I'd love to hear from you. And let's don't forget, we are having a Blue Dot family meeting in San Antonio, Texas, May 19th, 20th, and 21st. We'll be touring the Riverwalk down there, having a grand time. So anybody in the area, if you can make it down there, look for a guy walking around with a gray beard. You'll find us. But I'm going to be staying at the Courtyard Inn in downtown San Antonio, and a group of us are going to be meeting. And it's every time we do this, it's a great time. So if you can make it, come on down and see us. Anyway, where's the credits? There it is. I love
John. If John, if you keep playing that damn violin, I'm gonna have to lick a damn stamp, buddy.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Anyway, somebody put some goddamn mail in the box.
They still make the kind you can lick.
Yeah, me and James from Tennessee and Kentucky, we gotta hear some fiddle, not violin.
You know what, John? They should do. They should put maybe the back of the stamps tasted like whiskey. Now
they'd sell more stamps, wouldn't they? And just for you, Michael, just for you, I have that same tune, not by violin, but by fiddle. Here you go. That's the same fucking thing. All right. It is just my son.
I thought you were tuning up the bow there, John.
I want to hit this button. Hey, I got mail.
There you go.
I wanted to say one thing about the weapons. Who cares if Kim Jong-un gets a nuke? Nukes don't kill people. People kill people.
Oh, yeah.
See how fucking stupid that sounds?
What could possibly go wrong?
That makes sense.
It's so stupid. It's like, oh my God, these people. Oh my God, don't kill people. Nukes don't either. Fucking dumbasses.
It's why we need
some of
to
them,
be
Michael. Some of them down there are an embarrassment to the South when you think about it. They speak and don't think before they speak.
Well, there's some that are just an embarrassment to humanity itself.
Yeah.
And
they forgot humanity. Yeah.
And it's why we're all here. It's because we are concerned. We're concerned about we have humanistic hearts. We believe in a betterment for society for all of us, not just for a select few. And so that's why we're all here. And stories every day that affect us, like the stories that we've heard the last few days with shootings, with police chiefs or sheriffs that are bragging about knowing a hitman. It's a terrible world we live in. But every day we have to keep fighting for something better.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
While you're on that topic, I just wanted to say that there is a warning put out now to travelers to the United States that if you're coming to the United States from another company or another country, I apologize, be aware that there's so much gun violence here. You have to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings and where you're going. So there's an international warning about coming to the United States because of gun violence.
Isn't that sad?
It's sad. Another embarrassment.
Well, they're warning Americans too not to go to Mexico now because it's getting
Oh
very
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah. Don't go to Mexico. There's a lot of warnings. Don't go here and there. You never think
Yeah.
it was here,
Yeah, recently,
but it is
in
here.
one of the resorts, they found dead bodies that Americans killed and all. It's crazy. I don't know
I'm
what the
warning
hell's
people
going
not to
on.
go to Canada because it's still cold up there.
I'm thinking about
Well,
buying me some more underwear and moving.
well,
No.
No, I
I
can't
mean,
do that. I
I
got to
mean,
sit here and fight for what we got, baby. And that's
well,
the only.
John,
Go ahead.
we look around, John. We wonder what's motivating these people to start shooting and killing people. Could we blame Trump for it? Could we blame the NRA for it? Who do we blame?
We blame.
Second Amendment.
We have to blame ourselves. This
Yeah.
doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. Other countries have guns galore all over the place. They don't see this mass shootings at schools, churches, anything every day. It is this society's lust for the weapon. We have turned. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's
Jay.
uniquely American thing.
Yes.
Didn't you call it?
Because we have made a lust out of it. You want they all want the AR because they've seen it in every fucking movie there is. They want to be the good guy. They want to defend their house from all the onslaught of. There's no onslaught. It's just this mentality that has been brought to us by gun manufacturers to keep frightening people, to keep scaring them, to keep giving them a reason that they have to have a gun and a big magazine. Man, get you a bump stock, baby. Did you buy enough ammo? It's that mentality that just keeps eating away at this country. And when you saturate your society with guns, what do you think's going to happen? It's not a good. This is not a good outcome. There are things that we could do. We could do a gun buyback. We could make laws like they have in other countries. You want to keep a gun? Fine. Let me see a blueprint of your fucking house where you put the gun safe. I want to know the combination of the gun safe. The government does, because we want to come by and check and see if it's safe. There's hoops that other countries put through to make you. Oh, if you really want a gun, we'll jump through all these fucking hoops. But not here. Not here. You got enough money. Go buy one. That's it. Boom. And we don't give a shit what happens with them.
As an infantryman, I shot an AR-15. I know what it does. I know exactly what it does. But we are a bunch of veterans in here that usually sit there and try to explain. We don't need these in a muzzle loader. Come on, really?
I mean,
it's a muzzle loader. Give me 2 minutes. I'll shoot your ass again, asshole. It's not like one clip.
We're beyond the mechanics of it anymore. This is inbred into our society, into our psychic. That this country feels like that's the last vestiges of anything, is that we have a gun. Is that we'll shoot you if you come knock on my door. Turn in my driveway, I'll blow your brains out.
John, I wonder if it's because maybe all those violent movies we all watch. But if that's the case, why aren't we killing people too?
Oh.
This is so. I mean, Trump made it worse. The NRA. Flat Earth loves this. He wants us to shoot it. He would love to us all get a gun and kill each other off.
Oh, yes. I mean, everybody. The entrance to gun violence is more guns.
That's
right. Everybody gets a gun. We won't have this problem anymore.
That's right.
It's sickening.
But I believe
Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Last Stand. It's one of the most violent movies I've ever seen. I watched it.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
But those movies have been around forever, and so it's just flared up since Trump. It's flared up. It's part of the plan.
I agree.
To take down America. Take down America. Yep. And I believe
I keep saying
Vladimir Putin
Donald
is
Trump
behind a lot of this.
is not trying to get elected. He's trying to raise an army.
You bet he is.
Comrade Trumpsky. Comrade Trumpsky.
But you know what, guys and gals? Guess what? We've got the young Gen Z. We've got the kids out there, and they are.
I can't wait.
We do, and every time somebody reminds me of that, I get inspired.
I do too. I love them.
They are stepping up left and right, and good on them.
John,
you know,
I wanted to say this. Yeah, last night I was at the local diner here, Manheim Diner, and they just hired a new waitress there, a real nice lady. Well, I was telling her about how some of these preachers are like extreme right and nut jobs. There's that Greg Locke guy. I played that video. She watched it on my phone. How he said, "If you're a Democrat, I don't want you in this church. You're nothing but demon possessed. I want you to get out now." You know how nuts he is. Yeah. And I said, you know something, she's a member of the Z generation. I said, we need you people. I said, because right now, a lot of the baby boomers aren't doing anything. Well, we're retired, you know, we're close to the end of our lives, you know. But you people, the country's going to fall to you. So this is why I had her watch it. I said, the more you get educated on what these people are doing, the better it's going to be, and you can vote accordingly.
Get them out there to vote. Let's do this. Let the kids take over. I love it. I love them. I love everything they're doing and their energy.
It is their future, but we need to give them as much encouragement as we can.
Right.
To give them as much guidance as we can give them, but realizing it is their future. And I do get enthused.
They ask the question.
Yeah.
How am I the future if I'm dead?
There's the question. And just with this 16-year-old getting shot, look at how many of his fellow students came out.
No.
Hundreds of them.
Well, John,
that was
when I say something at the restaurant, I'm told, oh, we don't talk politics at the counter. That one lady in the back, if she has. I said, well, I'll tell you something. If we don't talk about politics now, you're going to find out how your life's going to turn out because you didn't talk about it.
And you might not have a counter.
Yeah, you might not
That's
have a counter. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in. It was a very spirited conversation tonight. Get my news from Texas. Corpus Christi, indeed. It is this
Civics
conversation.
has to be taught again.
What's that?
Civics has to be taught again. We have to have that in our schools. We got to let this younger generation know what's going on. And
what has to be taught are the things that we can do in our everyday lives that we can do the way we should do them. We should treat our fellow man. We should go the extra mile. If you have an extra $1 for the bum at the corner, give it to him. If you can see an old lady crossing the street, help her cross the street, or whatever it is that we do in life. I always say I do every day. I try to put the best smile I can, even when my life sucks, and it sucks a lot sometimes. I try to find that smile every day, because without it, baby, I'm a lost soul. I'll get pissed and I go down dark holes, and I don't like that. It is an optimism. Go ahead.
It's all about human decency, and I'll tell you one thing. I don't mind saying this publicly, but we are so grateful. I know you're humble, but we're so grateful for you.
Well, Johnny Fly, I appreciate it, but I remind you all, this isn't me. This is us. This whole thing isn't just because I'm sitting here talking. This is because y'all are involved, because this conversation goes on, because what we're saying is an important conversation.
It is.
I appreciate it.
But if you wouldn't have been there to bring it up, John, we would never be talking about this. Yeah. And so I am so impressed how this group has been growing over the years.
Him too.
7 years. 7 years we've been together.
Right.
Yep.
And love for each other.
It was 6 years ago today that I got a T-shirt in the mail with a hog on it, and that hog. That was 6 years ago.
Oh, Randy Peterson, yeah.
He gave me that 6 years ago. So this family, we've got Blue Dot family members that have been here from the beginning, and those that just came in tonight. And every one of them are as important and welcome into this family, and every time they're treated just like that.
John, what is your T-shirt size?
Large, I guess.
Large? Maybe you get some more.
I want to show off my muscles. I wear a medium, but I think we're talking about a lost cause nowadays, so I don't.
The last time I went to the post office, it was for John. I sent him a shirt about 2 months ago.
Yes, and I didn't know it came for you until I had to solve that mystery. I have over 300. I quit counting a long time ago. There's over 300. As a matter of fact, you're going to see some pretty soon, because I have a change coming from my set here, and I'm going to move that camera over there and over here and stuff. Anyway, I got to find out. Anyway, a lot of T-shirts, and I love every one of them, and every one of them have lifted my heart over the years. And I want to thank everybody that has reached out and done that. And that's just T-shirts, baby. Look around. There's my cape. I have my Superman. Me and Marshall are red S's. Just look around. And so much of stuff is still packed away. I couldn't put everything. that everybody has sent me over the years. And that includes the equipment I'm speaking to you on, what you're seeing me with, hearing me with, everything in front of me has been given to us from our Blue Dot family.
I was going to say, John, make a bigger closet, make a longer closet, and you can hang all of them up in there.
Yeah. No, I can't hang them in the closet, buddy. Are you shitting me? Marcia done laid that law down a long time ago. Anyway, John Cass came in with a $10 donation and said, thank you, John, and all y'all. There's the key point, all of you, because that's what makes this family. That's what makes any family. It's an us thing. It's not a me thing. But
hey, John, can I say something?
Sure.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just want to apologize to Bernadette. I didn't mean to put her on the spot. I just figured with that ramp situation that she probably had the best information on how to maybe help that person, and I wasn't trying to put her on the spot.
Oh no,
that's okay. I'm used to be put on the spot, and I'm used to jumping off the spot too if it's too high.
She does.
That's why I chose you, Bernadette.
No, Lewis, I want to thank you for bringing it to our attention.
I just can't always volunteer.
Hey, you want to see how you put her on the spot, Bernadette? Is there any way you can contact Lady Freedom Rocks and give her?
You know, when she jumps in there, I respect her opinion. I listen to her. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know why.
I remind everybody that the reason she is like that is the love in her heart.
I just want to say thank you, John, to you, that you compliment my existence, and I pray you stay on the air as long as you can.
Lewis, I appreciate that so much, brother. You've donated so many times, and I so appreciate it.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm glad to see you pop in here, buddy.
Bernadette, I'm on your side. I'm sorry if you know.
And I'm on your side too, hon. We're all Blue Dots, and we're all in this together. And I really
don't think she took any offense.
Lady Freedom Rocks should contact some local representatives in her area and get them started on why this isn't happening yet.
Already.
You know,
she should have a ramp already.
I want you to speak.
Right.
We're glad Lewis is on here.
Like I said before, somebody give us a phone number. Somebody put out a phone number so we can all be the squeaky wheel.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a different number rather than
I want to give somebody a peace of mind.
Oh, Lord.
You can find that phone number, James, in that district. You can find that phone number in that district, and we can do that too.
Well, Lady Freedom Rocks, you can contact me by email, bluedot@texas at gmail.com. Anybody can contact me right there. So send me an email and let me know what's going on and what I can do to help. And Lewis, again, thank you for pointing it out and bringing it to our attention, brother.
Or GoFundMe or something. You know.
Yeah.
I would love to meet any of you Blue Dots. I mean, I would just love to.
We would, except for that Johnny Fly guy. I met him one time. You don't want to do that, buddy. I'm telling you.
I want to hang out by a bonfire and just get drunk and just bullshit.
Well, you know I wish everybody could make it to one of these Blue Dot. Johnny Fly's been to one, and that's why I razz him so much. I love the man. I have fun with him. But most of our time at these Blue Dot, we cruise the Riverwalk. We go have meals and go do some shopping. But most of our time is centered around an outside area, gathered around and talking. And I think it's just the chance to meet a whole lot of people that you hear their voice for so long. And Diana Mallory, best hug giver in the world. I got nailed, boom, right out of the elevator, and that will live with me forever. Mitch Goldstein walking up and down in the places he took to his Johnny Fly with being Johnny Fly. Every one of the people that I've met, Miss Linda, the list is long. Badass.
I want to let you know, John's lower back is probably sore because he had to stoop down to give me a hug when we met.
That's all right, but it was a great hug, Johnny Fly, and I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I enjoyed it.
But I'm looking forward to the same thing. If the more people that show up, John and Carolyn Majesco coming all the way from North Carolina. They're the ones that actually started the whole thing. They were going to be in town. They asked if I could come up. Hell yes. And then we're going to make it a party. and John and Carolyn are all on board with that too. So yeah, if the bigger it is, the better it is. So if you're in the San Antonio area,
yeah, that's what changed my plans is because of them. And
Michael's coming.
Like, hey,
gotta go pick
John,
him up at the
can I
airport.
make a suggestion?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta come get me, John.
We're not gonna leave you at the airport, buddy. We're gonna get you.
I got a 6-hour wait over in Houston. That's bullshit.
That is bullshit. Bernadette, you were gonna say?
I was going to say, if you can't come to the Blue Dot family meeting in May from the 19th to the 21st, you could definitely stop by Discord and come and jump into the Blue Room. We do that every live show after the show.
Right after the show, we are in the Blue Room.
Do right now.
Yeah, right after we lose the show, we're going to go right in there. Where was I? There I was. We go into the Blue Room. So, yes, the conversation doesn't end it. We just move it from a live show into the Blue Room. So, if you have Discord, even in Discord is a free app. It's been in the news lately for other reasons.
Not good reasons.
Not good reasons. There's Discord it's where people have that was used in gaming. They get online and they play games. They can talk to each other in live. Well, then it became a place that we could all meet for any reason, and this is what we use it for. And there you go. Bernadette just put the link in there, Blue Dot in Texas. Go to Discord, follow that link, and you're in there with the rest of us. And we look forward to you.
Come and join us.
Yeah, come join us.
Yeah. Blue Dot family meetings after every live show in the Blue Room.
Yeah. And Lady Discord. Freedom Rocks, you didn't upset this group. You lit the group on fire.
Not at all.
Not at all, baby. We love you. You've been here a long time. And Lady Freedom Rocks and to all the ships at sea. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Hell, we got a long list in this room tonight. Michael Johnson, thank you, sir, for coming in. We appreciate it tremendously.
Thank you, brother.
And let me see, we have a habit here, John. Go, Susan, get rid of all the guys first, because I like being in a room full of ladies. Anyway, DJ, you're next up on the list. Thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate the hell out of it.
Thank you. Can I do a little commercial?
Sure, go ahead.
JC, St. Louis's oldest living hippie, rants on TikTok, and you can find him by searching for JC the Hippie. JC the Hippie. Look for him on TikTok, because he's out there running his mouth. Who is that guy anyway, DJ? Who is that guy? He doesn't know.
He's mysterious. He's incognito. You don't know who he is. DJ, yes, keep using your voice, brother. We appreciate it tremendously.
Oh, I'm planning on it.
All right, going through the list, guy, Johnny Fly. Take care of Tennessee for us. Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Get the map in my head screwed up sometimes. I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, I could use some of the Tennessee weather. It's a little bit cold. It's in the 40s today.
40s, you say? Well, it was freezing down here today. I think we only made it up to like 83 or 84 today. Jeez, man. I was getting my sweater out, man. I'm telling you, it's cold. Anyway, Johnny Fly, take care of yourself, brother. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And James.
Hey.
I'm glad you came in, brother.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, buddy.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Hey. I just want to say, if I ever meet you, I'm going to give you a big damn bear hug, buddy.
You better. If you're trying to if you're trying to outdo Dad and Mallory, it better be a big hug. Better be a big hug.
Hey,
and I'll hug
John,
you right back, brother.
Did you miss Louis Russo?
Did I miss Louis? Louis! Wait.
No, you didn't miss me. You're on my bucket list, John. And then if I can make it, I'm gonna be there. And guess what? You're in trouble because I'm a champion.
You're a what?
I kiss you. So I'm gonna give you a bear hug and a kiss.
You're gonna get me or kiss me?
I'm gonna give you a bear hug and a kiss.
There you go. I'm open, brother. I gave kisses. Kisses, hugs, whatever, handshakes. I'm on the whole ball of wax, baby.
I'm a dago. We like to kiss.
That's what this family's all about, brother. Wait, I'm fixing to.
You okay, John?
Shit.
Hell no, I'm not okay. Y'all are choking my ass up. All right, Louis, brother, thank you. I hope you do make it. I'd love to meet you. But again, you've been donating over the years. Thank you so much for what you've done.
You're welcome, John. You're on my bucket list. I really mean you compliment my existence, and And I pray you keep continuing on this video
I
platform.
appreciate that.
We need you.
And I need you. It's a we thing. All of this. I need y'all as much as you need me.
We need each other.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's where we're at. Anyway,
we do.
We need to keep moving on here, John.
I know it. We won't get out of here. Angie.
Angie. Hey, John boy, I love you too.
Well, thank you. Thank you, darling. I love you too. I appreciate you coming in. I'm really enjoying your voice out of Tennessee.
Right. I tell you now, y'all keep y'all's fingers crossed because we're fixing to have Gay Pride Week.
Oh, Lordy.
And and they're already setting up for it. So let's just hope it's peaceful and
that's all we want. That's all we want.
No events. So
they have a right just like everybody else does. So.
That's right. Anyway. But y'all be cool, and I'm gonna exit out of here for a little bit. I may jump in later, but I got dishes to wash.
Come see us over in the blue room if you can. We'll be there.
All right.
All right. Bye. And Linda.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in, darling.
No problem.
Okay. Always.
And it's always a pleasure. And like I was thinking that next year, if you do another San Antonio, I'd like to fly out there.
Oh.
Actually,
we need to find another place. San Antonio's beautiful.
Kansas City. I'm in St. Louis, Kansas City. DJ's out here.
It would be central to the country, wouldn't it?
And I would
for everybody.
Yeah, I'll bring brownies.
I know the possibility exists that later on this year, Mitch and Julie have been speaking about wanting to get together again. If I am going to meet any blue dot anywhere, I am going to let it be known where I'm going to be. And if anybody else in that area can come by, the more the merrier. Anytime we can gather this family together, it always turns out to be a good time for everybody.
I look forward to it. I definitely do.
Well,
to meet all of you.
Let's hope. We'll look for you.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. There you go, baby. All right. And Mr. Chick. Lord.
Yes, John.
Mercy.
I fell asleep.
Did you? Don't do that. I rely. You are my Google. You're like my Google. I can't do it online, but I know if I say something, and you're going to get on anyway.
Well, and did you let everybody know that they need to like, share, and subscribe?
Share, subscribe, right down there at the bottom. You can't miss it. It's
easy. It's free. It's fun.
It's right there. I can see it from here. Everybody can see it from here. So reach down there and hit that damn button. Miss Chick, thank you so much, darling.
You're welcome.
You're such an encyclopedia. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just good at Googling.
There you go. Well, you're damn good at it. And Bernadette.
Yes, sir.
I so appreciate you, baby.
Hey, Blue Dot Family Meetup, May 19th through the 21st. 21st happens to be my birthday. I won't be there.
But we're going to celebrate it.
Yes,
anyway.
We are going to celebrate
it.
Right.
With mimosas.
It's mimosa
time. Come on over to the Blue Room if you can't find us. Hit, Blue Dot in Texas /Discord. Follow the links.
Let's go over there and have a discussion over there.
Yep.
How is Dominic doing?
Dominic is doing well.
Good.
He should be in there doing algebra right about now, and so I need to go check on that.
Numbers.
Yes.
All right. Well, Bernadette, thank you again, and again to everybody.
You're welcome.
This family works because the love that we all share within each other, for each other, every day when we get in here, the whole conversation, everybody's saying hi to each other when they come in the room. This family grows because the love it has in its heart for each other, and I appreciate that more than anything. So
much love. We having a long goodbye tonight.
A long one. Hell, half hour already. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much. We'll be back here again Thursday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So spread the word. Get your ass in here, and we'll have another good time. Dominic. Anyway, what was I saying? Y'all say good night. That's what I was saying. Good night, everybody. We love you. Thanks for being here, and we will see y'all later. I got to